Ladies and gentlemen, I will show you the best breakfast ever. Good, amazing, and easy. We start with ovos frescos biológicos, of course, which means, translated into English, eggs from happy chickens. So we would take 6 of them, and then right here I have butter, and I usually take a substantial amount of butter because I'm a big fan. It's from Happy Cows, by the way. I like my food from Happy Animals. 20 grams. Is that 20 grams? Yeah, it's 20 grams. And usually what I do is, I take a proper bite of butter. Because I mean, butter, and how much is there left in the pan? Oh, 12 grams. So let's add a little bit. Okay. By the way, I use a steel pan because in those non-sticking pans, there's stuff, ladies and gentlemen, that is an endocrine disruptor, and we don't want that. We want our hormones to be super fine and amazing. And then I bought this thing, which is from steel as well, and it has some silicone cover on it. I thought I can remove it as soon as I have it at my place. I can just use steel on steel, but nah, I was wrong. Bothers me. I'll remove it at some point, but until then, good old wood will do the trick. So it's medium heat. I put it down for a little while. And I know actually when you have a steel pan, you have to have it super hot and whatever so it won't stick. I don't give a shit because I have a special way to prepare those eggs, and I would show you right here, right now, for the perfect breakfast. I'll put the microphone here. You might hear me a little bit worse for a second, but it's for a good cause. All right, so bear with me. First of all, we're going to crack the eggs, and the whole trick to what I'm going to show you is the slow stirring method. We'll figure out in the end why. Because scrambled eggs, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's hard to believe, it's an art form. It's an art form. And I love the smell of the melting butter. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. Can't explain why, I just love it. And in terms of smell, I'm a weirdo though, because for me personally, butter, melted butter, croissants, fresh croissants, and gas station are all in the top 10. Alright? So, I like to take care of stuff immediately. We don't need a knife anymore. In a second, into the dishwasher. And now 3 grams of salt. I work with those little packages because like so I know exactly how much I'm using. And there's nothing for no time and no space for random occurrences. Now we're going to give it a little whisk. We don't need the scale anymore. Put everything on the scale usually. By the way, I have 2 air fryers because I like to be quick and efficient, and that helps me a lot. Okay. The butter is melted and beautiful. Now go up with the heat a little bit. I have 9 different whatevers, 0 to 9. Right now it's on 5, but I will ramp it up in a moment. No, we just put it in. And as you hear nothing because it isn't too hot. You know, people always mess up their scrambled eggs because they put it in a way too hot pan or whatever. This is not how we want it to be. I'm going to change it a little bit like so. You can see the pan better. And now I put it up to 6. And the whole magic is in the stirring. Because in some moments, can you see that? Barely, right? But you can see my legs. Oh my god. Wow! Sorry. And the whole magic is in the slow stirring. And everybody knows how scrambled eggs work. At some point they get, I don't know what's the word, stalky? Do I make this up? I don't know. Hey, maybe on 7 for a while. For the proper heat to come in. Right? Yeah, there's something happening in the texture. But I don't want to do it so fastly. Unnecessary fastly. I'm not Gordon Ramsay. You know, when he's always stressed and fast and wah. No. It has to be delicious, slow, and like so, it's with love. And now, when I'm moving it, I can see stuff happening. It gets solid. But I don't want to make it solid too quickly. That's too quickly on 7. Now back to 6. And now, this is it. Slowly but steadily. Because if we make it slowly but steadily, the texture remains mushy. I think mushy is the word. And in the end, it's a whole big mass. Not mess, mass. And it's still a bit wet, but not too wet. And I hate scrambled eggs dry, like completely dry, where people mess it up. And this is basically the technique. They're with me for a while. We're soon to be done here. Yeah, now off the heat. Can you see I'm lifting the pan? Because I think there's no more heat needed. Let me take it off. Because the pan is already heated and we don't need more. And then keeping it moving all the time. Keeping it moving. And for me personally, at the moment I'm on the carnivore diet. I just eat eggs, butter, salt, and meat. At least at home. When I'm not eating at home, sometimes I eat lamb or some pork chop or stuff like that. But at home, it's just steak, minced meat. By the way, grass-fed from happy cows as well, from the region. Nothing imported. Just everything from here. As you can see here, it's just as it should be. You can serve this in a restaurant, my friend. Then, just fill it into my precious bowl. Oh yes, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to look like. And like so, my friend. And I don't know, I cannot explain it. And when you do it slowly and steadily, like I just did, it just tastes better. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to me. It tastes better, it looks better, it feels better. It just is better. And I don't allow myself to eat now because I will clean the pan before, and as soon as this is done, I can eat. And by the way, I don't like the color of my kitchen. I will paint it black soon. I think that's an amazing idea. And in addition to that, some people might find it weird that I just ate a bit of butter next. So, one question for those who thought it's weird. This butter comes from happy cows and it's from nature, just butter, without anything, a little bit salt inside, okay? It's basically nature. And if you think eating a piece of food that comes from nature is weird, but on the same on the same hand, you think eating a, I don't know, chocolate bar, a Snickers, which is basically made in a factory, and that's fine. You might want to consider your life decisions. I will leave you with that. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Mwah.